What's going on, Rovers? It's Mr. Shalat back with another tutorial. Hope everyone's doing well. Today we're going to be using Canva on our iPads. We're going to be doing virtual backgrounds. So a lot of Zoom calls going on. We want to stand out from the crowd. We want to have some Zoom backgrounds that look really nice. Regardless of our location, we can always throw them on. You guys are going to be required to make 3 of them this week. I'm going to show you around the program, show you some bells and whistles, and then I'm going to let you guys play, create some cool stuff for the rest of the week. So when we start Zooming, you'll have some great backgrounds, and when you have to get on Zoom calls with other teachers, they'll be like, whoa, you look professional. So that's the plan. So let's get started. I'm going to share out my screen here. You load up my iPad. All right. And here we go. All right, so you should be seeing my iPad on the screen here. Make my video a little bit larger. Great. All right, so we're going to go into our graphics apps and we're going to load up Canva. All right, so I'm going to tap on Canva. When that loads up, in the center, you're going to want to sign in with your Google account. So I'm going to choose the G. Yes, you want to continue. It will load up your account. You guys only have one, so it'll probably just sign in automatically for you. All right, and here we are, the app's loading up. All right, now Canva can do a lot of cool things. We're going to be using this a lot this semester via the iPads. You can use it on the desktop as well, sign in on the desktop, and all the same features work on the web just as they do on the iPad app. So what we're going to do is in the center where you can search, we're going to tap the search, and you want to type in Zoom. It will, as you start typing in Zoom, it will come right up, Zoom virtual background. I'm just going to tap on that. You don't have to type out the whole word. You can just type, you can click on it. You're going to notice that this particular dialog box is going to be set up to 1280 pixels by 720 pixels, okay? That is the format that Zoom uses for their video calls. So when you're looking at this screen right now of me, all right, going across from one side to the other, okay, all the way across the screen, there's 1280 pixels. And then height-wise, you're at 720. 720 is HD. All right, so you might have heard 720 and 1080, 1080p. Those are pixels on your television. A 4K TV is 4 times that number. So, all right, so Zoom virtual background. Enough of me rambling. Let's take a look. All right, so the way this app is designed, it has a lot of preloaded stuff in it. All right, so if I scroll down here, these are ones that are already made for you, and then you could just save them and use them. We're not doing that, okay? We're gonna make our own. So right at the top where it says blank, you're gonna choose the blank canvas, and that's going to load up our design screen here in Canva, all right? So over here on the right, and I'll move my mouse around just so you can see, over here on the right, that's where we're going to be doing our design. Now, the first thing you wanna do is pick a picture that is going to go on the background of your Zoom background, okay? So you can't do video. Unfortunately, video Zoom backgrounds are only good on the computer. They don't work on the iPad, but you can do stationary pictures. So that's what we're going to do. When we're picking something out, they do have some preset designs here. As I scroll down, they do have some preset designs. We're not gonna use those, all right? On the left-hand side of the screen, and I'll move my mouse so you can see, all right? Over here on the left, we're gonna click on photos, all right? So I'll tap photos, and that's going to switch over here for us. And down here at the bottom are some photos, all right? And if you select any of these, they're going to drop over here on the right-hand side. It's going to take that image and put it over here on the right. At the top, you can search, all right? Now, I'm gonna teach you 2 ways. One, I'm gonna teach you, you can search right in Canva, and sometimes it's very beneficial. They have tons and tons of images that you wanna use. Sometimes when you wanna get specific and you wanna use a picture of something that you can't necessarily use This is all non-copyrighted stuff. So if you want copyrighted stuff for your Zoom backgrounds, you're going to have to jump on Google, and we're going to do that too. All right, we'll jump on Google and do some image searches, and I'll show you how to load those in as well. So if you want to do a search with inside of Canva, at the top here, you can type in what you're looking for. All right. Now, one of the topics I would like you to use, all right, is pick something that's like important to you, or maybe it's a place you've never been. Okay, it's a location that you've never been to, or maybe it's a location you've been to and it's a really important place. Maybe you and your family go there every year, or you have great memories of this particular place, or it's a place like, let's say you're in French class and you really want to see Paris. Well, you can get a picture like the Eiffel Tower or something, right? It's going to be your choice. So if I'm looking for something, let's say that I'm really into, we'll go with basketball, all right? Let's say I'm into basketball. So over here on the left, I can search for basketball, and oh, it says basketball court. Let's say I love playing basketball, so I want my Zoom background to be a basketball court, all right? So as we're using this, all images here come up of all different kinds of basketball stuff. Now I want you to notice as I'm scrolling through here, all right, some of the images, I'll wait for the bell. Some of the images have a crown and it says Pro. This app is a free app, but it's also a paid app. You can't use any of the ones that say Pro, all right? But when you find a picture that you want to use, let's say I'm scrolling through here and I want to use this picture of the hoop with the sunset. I think that looks pretty good. All right, so I'm going to select that. You're going to notice it dropped it over here on the right. Now you can move that image around by pressing on it and dragging around, but we can also, okay, we can grab the corner of this thing and stretch it out. So I'll grab the corner and make it bigger. You want to fill up that whole background, that whole blank canvas that we have. So I can slide this a little higher, or I could slide it a little lower. Now, when you're doing Zoom calls and you want to look semi-professional, the way that you're setting these up, you're often going to sit to the side of your Zoom call. So if you're looking at the screen right now, I'm on the left-hand side of the video, right? This particular, and on my computer when I'm sitting, I'm actually on the right-hand side. So it's always reverse of what you're doing, okay? So keeping that in mind, how you might want to do your setup. Here I have a picture of a basketball hoop, all right? And the hoop is on the left-hand side of the screen. That means when I would sit, my face would have to be over here, okay? That's why this image would work, because there's a lot of dead space in the image, all right? Kind of like if I zoom, if I move out of this background here, see how there's nothing going on that side of the photo? When you're doing these, you should be sitting on one side or the other, okay? The way we're gonna set this up. So this particular image here, all right, maybe I needed it the opposite way. I wish the hoop, okay, I wish this hoop was on this side of the picture or vice versa. Well, you can flip the photo. So at the top of the screen, you'll notice up here, I'll move my mouse so you can see it. It says flip. If I tap on flip, it'll ask me, what do you wanna do? Flip horizontal or flip vertical, all right? So I'll choose flip horizontal and it'll flip it the opposite way. Now take a look at that picture, okay? Now, when I'm sitting, I could be on that side, kind of like my waterfalls are sitting over here in the current video that you're seeing of me, all right? So you can flip the picture. You can also flip it vertically too. So if you wanted that hoop to be upside down, okay, the world upside down, all right, you could do that, but you don't have to, all right? So I'm gonna leave the hoop on that side, all right? Other things that we have going on in the program here. So if I'm going to go ahead and delete this, okay? If I don't want the image anymore, okay? I'll move my video out of the way here. All right, if you don't want the image anymore, in the top right-hand corner, there's a trash can, all right? So with the image selected, it's got to be highlighted. We'll notice that it's highlighted right now. I'll tap on delete and it will go away. It'll take that picture away. All right, let me slide my video back into place. Okay, great. Now, other things that you can see here in the app. So you can search for basketball court, okay? Search for football field, you know, wherever it is you want to be, you could search for it. Sometimes images won't pop up, okay? So let's say I'm a baseball fan, all right? And I like the Yankees. I can guarantee if I search Yankees on here, it's not going to come up. It's not going to come up. So let's jump onto the internet. So I'm going to get out of this and we'll jump on the internet. And I will go to Google and I will type in Yankees, Yankee Stadium, Zoom. Okay, if you type in Zoom, the whole virtual thing's been going on a while, so a lot of people have uploaded images of probably what you're looking for already. You're not the first one looking for it. So I type in Yankee Stadium Zoom, I go under images, all right, and here are all different pictures of Yankee Stadium, okay? So maybe I find one that I want to use, all right? A lot of different ones going on here. Now you don't want to get anything too busy. So let's say I want to get one on the field, Yankee Stadium. Let's try behind home plate. Okay, something like this. Okay, so now we've got some lower shots. All right, you don't want to get anything too busy. All right, if there's a lot of people and stuff, you wouldn't want to use one of those, but there are a lot of different images here that we can use. Let's say I want to use this particular image here. Okay, and we'll get this out of the way. So if I'm doing a Zoom call here, I would sit on this side where there's not a whole lot going on in the image, okay, and then you'd be able to see Yankee Stadium behind me. So if there's a particular image that you want to grab from online, be my guest, okay? You don't have to use just the images that are in Canva. You can definitely go online, search for the pictures it is that you want to use. All right, so let's switch back over to Canva here, all right? Other things that you can use with inside of Canva, all right? You'll notice here on the left-hand side, I'll move my mouse, okay? Over here on the left-hand side, there's a spot that says background, okay? I like to call these plain backgrounds, all right? So when I click on this, you can see a lot of the results popping up, all right? It's not places, it's not people, it's just plain backgrounds. You've got wood, you've got candy, you've got sunsets, you've got bricks, you've got the ocean, you've got clouds. These are all just plain type backgrounds, nothing that's going to be distracting, okay? When you're doing these backgrounds, don't pick anything that's going to take the attention away from you, all right? When you're watching my video right now, I'm front and center, okay? I don't have a million things going on. I've got some running water in the background, but I am the main feature of the video, and that's how yours should be, all right? So as we come in here, we can select the background, all right? Let's scroll through here, see one I like. We'll go with these bricks, okay? Look at that, okay? Nice brick background. Now, once you have the brick background, we're gonna go ahead and add our name, all right? So to add text inside of Canva, left-hand side, you'll see a word where it says text. I'll tap on text. The way text works, okay? You can just choose here at the top one of these headings, like if you need a larger word, a smaller word, and then even smaller word. They have, you know, the different sizes. But then down here at the bottom, they have all these different choices of words as well, okay? Understand that you can make any of these that you're looking at, okay? You can adjust. They don't have to stay that color. So if I really like this word chill, okay, because my last name has chill in it and I really want to use that, I don't want to use purple. Well, I can edit the color. These aren't, it's not finalized which ones you're selecting. So we'll just pick one towards the top. Okay, these one of the ones towards the top, and I'll choose sparkle. All right. So when I choose sparkle, it puts sparkle over here. That's just the formatting. So I can come in and I can click on that, and now I can actually type what I want. So instead of sparkle, okay, I'm going to type my first and last name, just like you will. First and last, okay? Now, unfortunately, that's not fitting. You can stretch the box. Let me zoom this down, okay? All right. I can't get out of the way. There we go. Okay, so it's not particularly fitting all in one line right now. You can stretch this text box. So if you just grab the side of it there, oops, it's trying to type again. All right, so now my text box is wide enough. Maybe the font is too big. So when we're looking at this, the font is still really big. Well, you can just grab the corner and size it down that way. Okay, so I'm making it bigger or smaller by grabbing the corner. All right. The yellow doesn't really show up well on the gray bricks. Maybe you want to use a different color, like a blue or a red, something that'll stand out. Well, at the top of the screen, up top here, okay, I'm moving my mouse around. You won't have a mouse, but it's easy for me to point. See the capital letter A? That's where you're going to pick, okay? That's where you're going to actually get to pick what color it is. And this over here, Moon Time, that's the font that you're using, all right? So if I come up top, I click on the A, now I can choose the color. Let's try blue. Blue doesn't look bad. How about red? I really like the red, so I'm gonna go with the red, all right? Now, what about the font? Instead of Moon Time, okay, look at all these fonts that are loaded up over here, okay? Moon Time is the one I'm currently using. There's tons of fonts, okay? So as I scroll here, all right, there are tons of fonts. It just keeps going and going. Now, any of the ones that have a crown you can't use. Those you have to pay for, okay? That's how they get you to pay for the app. But there's still hundreds of fonts on here for you to select from. So I want you to pick one, all right? So if I come in and let's say I pick this one here, okay? Now what that's gonna do, it still has my first and last name. It just changed the font. It still has the same effect, all right? So I can make that a little wider, all right? Still a little bit too big, so I can size that down. And I'm gonna put my first and last name, okay, up here in the corner, all right? So that stands out. So if I'm doing a Zoom call, the person of me can sit over here and it's gonna have my first and last name up here in the corner. Just like right now, I've got a waterfall up there, it'd have your first and last name. So when you're talking, it's got your name, all right? Maybe we want to add some more text, all right? So I'll come over to the left and I'll click on text again and I'll scroll through and maybe, you know, maybe I want one of these, maybe I don't. I can just choose the plain text, which is add a heading, okay? That drops a box on there. And now I can add something else. So maybe I want to put class of 2021, all right? And we'll get rid of that. So now it says class of 2021, okay? And we could change how that font looks. It doesn't have to be that plain font. Personally, I like picking the plain ones. I don't like to choose the pre-designed ones because now I get to play. I get to, you know, mess around, all right? So ultimately, with it selected, up here at the top, as I move up top here, okay, I can choose the color. Well, what color of font do I want? All right, well, let's try blue. Blue doesn't work out too well, okay? What about white? White stands out, okay? Maybe I want to use black, all right? Now, there are more choices, all right? There are more choices of how this is laid out. So if I come up to the top, you're going to notice, and let me move my mouse, these three dots. That's going to give you more options. Anytime in any app on the iPad, you see three dots, there's always more stuff underneath. So we're going to check it out. I'll tap on those three dots. Look at all these cool things that we can do, okay? I can make my text italic, okay? I can underline it, okay? I could do a line center. I can make my text bigger or smaller, okay? If I wanted all my text to be in caps, I can hit the capital A, small a, this one right here, okay? That's gonna make all your text capital letters. If I tap it again, you can see now I have lowercase letters. I actually like it in caps, so I'm gonna go with that, all right? What about effects? I tap on effects here at the top, all right? So we're up top here, I choose effects. Well, under effects, all these different ways you can have your text appear, okay? The plain is none. However, I could have hollow text. Notice I'm looking right through it. We can do a shadow, so now there's a shadow behind it. lift makes it looks like it's floating, okay? And then you have down here, you could do the neon, okay? You can do splice, echo, okay? All different effects that you can choose, all right? So I'm gonna do shadow, because that sounds good to me. And then maybe I change the color of my letters to a hot pink or a red or a teal. Ooh, the teal looks nice. So we'll go with that, all right? You can play around. Maybe you wanted orange, okay? Maybe you want green, okay? Let's say it's Christmas theme, so now we got red and green. We'll go with that, all right? Looking good. Now, what if I wanted to add a picture to this? All right, I'm gonna have you add a picture. Now, the picture that you add can either be like a logo, so if you have a favorite team, all right, or maybe you have a favorite emoji, all right? You could type the emoji, make the font really big, and then it will be nice and large on your screen, all right? So let's try that. Let's add some more text. And on this one, all right, I'm gonna add an emoji. And let's say for this emoji, I go with, we'll pick the laughing face, okay? So if I choose the laughing/crying face, get rid of my keyboard, I can make that bigger, okay? Grab the corner of it. If that's not working, you can come up to the top, adjust your font size, make it bigger, okay? Grab the corner of that, pull it out, and make it much larger, okay? So let's say that that's my favorite emoji, all right? I'm gonna put it right here, okay? My favorite emoji, which it's not, but we'll go with it, okay? So if I'm gonna have this crying face right here, and now you're talking on the opposite side, that's distracting, okay? People are gonna look at that crying face and the focus doesn't become on you, okay? So we have to change that. With your emoji selected, okay, we come up to the top. I hit those 3 dots that I was talking about. I'll mouse over it here. Okay, I hit those 3 dots. And then you have the transparency tab. So up here at the top, looks like a checkerboard. We hit on the transparency. Now we can adjust the transparency of that image, have it kind of faded in the background. So now I see the brick wall and we get that nice effect. Okay, it's there, it's not distracting. Okay, remember the focus of the Zoom call should be you, it shouldn't be your background. Okay, looking good. All right, now what if you didn't want to use an emoji? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to delete that. All right, but let's say I wanted to go online and get a picture. All right, so we'll go back to Google. All right, and whatever it is you're looking for, let's say I'm looking up the Yankees logo, I would type in transparent background after whatever you're searching for, because you don't want any color to that particular image. And let's say that I want to use the pinwheel hat. That's the image that I want. You'll notice it's over here on the right-hand side, okay? What you'll do is you'll press and hold on that with your finger, okay? You always want to make sure that the one that you select, because they're not always going to be transparent, the one that you get has the checkerboard background. If it has the checkerboard background, Google's telling you, yes, it's transparent, all right? So again, I would press and hold on this image and then choose add to photos. Ignore the web page that pops up. You want to choose add to photos. You notice that right over here, okay? So we'll choose add to photos. That image is now saved to our camera roll. I'm now going to switch back over, go back into Canva, all right? We now have to access that which is on our iPad. Canva is an online-based app, so what's happening is we have to upload that picture to our Canva account, which is linked to your Rover Kids account. So we come over to the left-hand side here, okay, follow my mouse, it says uploads. I tap on uploads, all right? And here at the top, it says upload an image. I would tap on upload an image. I would go into my photo library. It probably will ask you for permission if it's the first time. Make sure you click OK. All right, here are all the photos that I have on my iPad, and I would tap on the Yankees logo and it would upload, okay? In this case, I uploaded already, so for this project, it's ready to go. I'm now gonna take that picture, all right? And I'm just gonna drag that right on to my document. There it is, okay? You would never find this in a search here in Canva, but you can grab things from offline, that's fine, okay? So I'm a Yankees fan. I'm gonna put this right here, right below class of 21, make it a little larger. Remember, come up to the top, hit those 3 dots, go under transparency, okay? Maybe make it a little bit lighter, okay? So there we go. There's our image. Now, when you're totally finished like we are, okay, at the top of the screen, top right, you're gonna see a download button. All right, so I'm finished. I would hit the download button. It's going to save that image, and it's saving that image to our camera roll, and it says, congratulations, you saved your design. All right, we did it. So at this point, we'll go back to the home screen. All right, now let's say, well, I'll just show you that it's here on the camera roll. So as we go here, okay, take a look. There's the picture. Looks really nice. Okay, so that's going to be one of my Zoom backgrounds. Let's talk about how to add it to Zoom. Okay, so on your iPad, you're going to open up Zoom. You're going to start a new meeting with yourself. Okay, if you don't have this, you'll have to wait till you get invited to a meeting, but more than likely you have this screen. And I would tap, you have to sign in with your Rover Kids account. I'll tap new meeting. Okay, don't worry about any of that. Just hit start meeting. Okay. And unfortunately, it's not going to let me do it right now because I am filming this. But in your meeting, let me see if I can get to it this way. No, it won't let me, unfortunately. Okay, so let me walk you through the process. When we go back, as I talked about, when you are on a Zoom call with a teacher, okay, or a Zoom call by yourself, which I cannot record right now, you will get 3 dots in the corner, okay? And when you hit those 3 dots, that's normally how you send a thumbs up to a teacher, you send the clapping icon. They have a couple icons there that you can press while you're on the Zoom call, okay? That's one option. One of those things, when you hit those 3 dots, it says virtual background. There's like 4 already loaded on there. One space, one is like the beach or grass. Yeah, some generic backgrounds. You would then hit the plus button and we'll choose virtual background, then hit the plus button, and then it will allow you to select something from your camera roll. And you're going to add in the 3 pictures that you're going to make from Canva. All right, so let me switch back over to Canva. All right, so once you're finished, all right, this is one document. You have to think of this in terms of like Google Docs or Google Slides, where you make something and then you can go back and then you have all of your different slideshows or all your different documents. This is kind of the same thing. So if I tap home at the top left-hand corner of the window here, okay, wait for this to load up. Okay, here are all of your projects. So you're going to have a whole ton of projects all listed here. All right. These are some that I was working on earlier. You're going to have to make another one. Okay. So in order to get back to that original screen to create your new one, top left-hand corner, you click on the Canva icon, that circle. Okay. It takes you back to the original. And then here in this space is where you would type Zoom virtual background, and then you would choose the blank, and then you'd be able to start your next design. You're making a total of 3 of them, okay? One more thing I didn't get to show you when we talk in terms of stickers. I did show you how to type an emoji and then make it bigger, grab an image from off of Google. Here, if you click on elements, so over here on the left-hand side, if you click on elements, these are all preloaded stickers in there. So if there's something that you're particularly looking for, Like, let's say I want a heart, okay? So I search for a heart, and now all these pictures of hearts drop in, okay? So maybe it's Valentine's Day, I'm doing a special one, and I can literally drag this heart in, and then you know what? No, I wanted this heart over here, so I'll drag that one onto the page, all right? And then there's so many different hearts here. You find the one that you want, okay? Here they are, and you can drag these all around, okay? And make a heart background. So you don't necessarily have to go to Google to search. If it's something generic, like let's say you're a lacrosse player and you want to put your lacrosse stick on there, you play a musical instrument and I type in flute, the flutes will come up, trombones, drums, whatever, okay? So whatever you're really into, okay, your backgrounds should reflect that, okay? Whatever your hobbies and your interests are. Because this class is not about me telling you everything's got to be Easton this, got to be red, white, and black. That's the only thing you can use. No, this class is about creativity, all right? And I want you to choose things that are important to you. You have your own creative freedom. I'm going to give you the guidelines of what I'm looking for. You got to make three Zoom backgrounds, okay? So you're going to use the same process. You're going to make 3 Zoom backgrounds. They're all going to be same sort of setup. I would like your name on each one of them, okay? And there has to be some kind of sticker, logo, or emoji on each one, okay? Also some type of background, okay? So when you're designing these, you have creative freedom, okay? I want to know what you like, what your hobbies, what your interests are. So when you go on that Zoom call and I say, oh, what's that background? Tell me the story. Why are you into that? Do you do that on the weekends? Are you on the team here at the high school? Or, you know, what activities are you in? So the activities that the Zoom backgrounds that you're going to select now should reflect you. Now, the only thing that I ask, everything's got to stay school appropriate, okay? You can't put anything on there that you wouldn't be allowed to search for in school, okay? If you're into playing Call of Duty, don't be putting pictures of guns and things like that on there. I don't want to see that. All right, so it's all school appropriate, obviously. All right, so that's gonna end today's session. You guys are gonna have plenty of time to get this project done. It's not a race. Make some real cool creative backgrounds. I'm telling you there has to be 3. You can make as many as you want, okay? Because some of you are gonna be on Zoom a lot with all of your teachers. And it'd be cool to have a different, you know, different one for each day of the week or special occasion coming up. Like imagine if it was your birthday and, you know, up here it said, today's my birthday, you know, stupid stuff like that. So they're very easy to create. It's a fun program. And I just want you to, you know, play around with the iPads. First time you're using the program. If you have any questions, please reach out to me in class or via email. I'd be glad to help. And I hope this video was helpful. All right. Have a great day. Take care of yourself, and I'll talk to you soon.